day, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Talking to you today. I haven't made a video in a while. Thank you for joining, by the way. Something I've been noticing is, everyone's aware of it. The housing crisis we are across Canada. It's people are having a, price for real estate, groceries, everything going up. But unfortunately, the price of wages are not going up. And everyone knows, the studies been shown, the price of living and the wages, the gap getting bigger and bigger as time progresses. That's why I always try to tell the young guys in the service, if you can do it, get your ass in a house. I know you try to do it before you have kids and that, right? Because you think it's expensive now, wait till you have kids. But there's a number of ways you can do it to get it. What kills people is the down payment. People getting that. Some people, you can have two working people in a house that have good incomes, but the problem is with such high rents, price of everything, especially if you got kids. By the time it's really difficult for people to save up the money for a down payment. Now, I know BC, Vancouver, and Toronto. I wouldn't want to buy a place there. The only thing I probably could afford there would be an outhouse, and I don't think Brenda would be willing to live in an outhouse. So, but all joking aside, there are programs. There's the first time home buyers program. If you can do the RSP thing, that can take a number of years saving up. I know that recently the government did this. It's like a housing savings program, savings account. You can do that. That's like when you mix an RSP and a tax-free savings account together. Oh, by the way, my disclaimer is I'm not a licensed lawyer, an accountant, or anything. So this video is just for entertainment purposes only. You haven't done it yet? Leave a like, share, leave a comment. I'd love to hear if someone wanted me to do a video on something. You say, hey Mike, can you do a video on this? I'm sure. Another thing that come to my attention recently is that you can get the down payment is through the Nova Scotia Housing. They have it on their website. I'll try to figure out how I'll put their link in the bottom of this video. But basically, I'm looking at the computer because I don't want to tell you guys anything wrong. But apparently, you can get up to 5% of the purchase price, up to a maximum of $25,000, and the loan is interest free and repayable over a 10-year period. And you must use the loan for a down payment. You can't use the loan for financing, closing, or other costs. So it must be for a down payment. So I thought, wow, that's good. 5%, $25,000, and it's interest free. So that's a way to get into a house. So I think personally, now you can talk to 100 people and get 100 different pieces of advice, but I think getting into a house provides an individual or a couple some long-term financial stability in their lives. Because I often tell the young guys too, the reason why you want to get into the house, if you're going to be in the service for 20, 25 years and you get out, you don't want like a third or half your pension to be going towards rent. Right? You want to be able to have, ideally, the ideal situation when you get out of the service, you want your house paid off. Now I'll tell you a little how I got my down payment. Now my situation is kind of unique. Well, not really unique, but what I did to get my down payment. I bought my first house 22 years ago in Eastern Passage. And what I did to get my first down payment, and it was, of course, I had to live like a mouse. I had no significant other, I had no kids. So I was able to save a lot of money. So what I did is I was really fortunate when after pretty much the first year, after my what we call threes and environmental training, I came into Halifax, and then I was here maybe in Halifax for maybe a couple weeks now at the time, and I got here. I didn't move into an apartment. I lived in single quarters in the old, called in A block. Now it wasn't no Taj Mahal, I tell you that. Like you'll see lots of mice running around, right? I would get the made little jokes. I'll joke about it now, right? I think about it. Anytime I see a mouse now, I always think of the Mr. Jingles in the Green Mile. But anyways, I lived in there, and then I got a chance to go on deployment on the St. John's in 2002, and I pretty much got rid of my room, and I had a few boxes, and I just left those few boxes at a friend's place. So I had no bills while I was gone. So my situation is very unique. But when I got back, I took the $20,000 I had saved up, and I used that as my down payment on my first house in Eastern Passage. Now, at the time, you got to think this was 22 years ago. I think it was in 2002, 2003. I bought my first house in Eastern Passage. Now, at the time, it seemed like a lot of money. It was $88,000. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, what am I thinking, man? That's so much money. But by today's standards, it's nothing. You can't even get an outhouse for that now. But so real estate, if you look at the studies and the history, real estate over the long term goes up in value. I know my neighbor, I asked him, he's the original and only owner of the house that lives next door to me right now. And he told me back, he built this neighborhood subdivision we're in was built in the 60s or 70s, and he paid like $6,500 for his house, something ridiculous like that. So that just shows you, like to me, how much his value of his property has appreciated since he's been in it. So I often try to tell the young guys, yeah, it may seem like a lot of money right now, yes, of course it does seem like a lot of money, but over the long term, your house will go up in value, and the trends, and it's almost a guarantee. Yes, you know what? Yes, you're gonna have a recession. It may fluctuate a little bit, but over the long term. But if you're just trying to get in your first house, you don't really, yes, long term your house will go up in value. But just put your down payment and just get your ass in the house. And if you by the way, if you haven't done it already, give me a like, share, make a comment. Really appreciate it. I'm not really thinking I'm gonna become Rockefeller by doing these videos. I'm just doing this here for a little hobby of mine, just to see where it goes. Just trying to offer some people advice. Love for someone to give me a suggestion about anything housing market. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely day. Like I said, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and take care and be safe. Thank you. Bye.